Hello everyone and welcome to this SolidWorks tutorial which is specifically designed for the absolute beginners. Whether you are a student, a hobbyist or someone looking to dive into the world of 3D design, so you are at the right place. My name is Asim and in the next 30 minutes I will be guiding you through the basics of SolidWorks. So this 30 minutes video consists of 3 different parts, and in the first 10 minutes I'm going to explain you how you can create your first part, and in the next 10 minutes I'm gonna use that parts and I'm gonna teach you how you can build assemblies into the SolidWorks. And into the last 10 minutes of this video, by using those assemblies and parts, I'm gonna explain you how you can create SolidWorks drawing. So let's start the video. So I'm gonna go into the SolidWorks and let's start with a new SolidWorks part. And now here, if you want to start with the part assembly or drawing, so you can just select. So as in this video we are going to design our first part, so I'm going to select the part and then I'm going to press OK. So right now we are into the part environment. So to design a part or to start a sketch, we need two different things. We need a fundamental plane or we need a face if you want to start a sketch. So right now we don't have any part, so we don't have any face. So but right now we have our fundamental planes, which is front plane, top plane and right plane. So if you want to build a part, so the first thing is like you need to create a sketch. So you can start sketching from any of these parts, any of these planes. So like if you want to start from the front plane, so what you can do is like you can just click on front plane and you can see there is an option like you can go into the sketch from here. Or the second option is you can just select any plane and then you can go here into the tabs, which into the sketch, and then you can start sketching wherever you want to sketch. Okay, so let's go into the front plane and let's go into the sketch. And now although I'm not going to cover all these commands in very detail, although in our next videos we would cover each and every command in very detail, but right now I just want to let you know how you can design quickly your first part. So suppose I want to start up with the line, so I am into the front plane, so I just turn on the line command. So what I can do is I can just click from wherever I want to start my line. I can click wherever I want to bring it. Suppose I want to bring it like this. Wherever you are going to click, because your line command is on, so what you can do is wherever you are going to click, so the line is going to be formatted. So at end, what you can do is you can just click on the starting point. So in this way, what you can do is you can just enclose the boundary, and as soon as you are just click the last point to the initial point, so you can see the whole body is converted into the bluish, so it means it is a completed boundary. And then what I can do is I can just click the green check mark, and after that like again I can click the green check mark. So we have a whole boundary here. So what I can do is like this is the boundary, so you can make any shape, whatever the shape you want. So the next thing is like let's go into the features here, into the feature tab, and you can see there is an option which is extruded boss or base. So if I'm going to click on that, so what you can do is by using extrude boss or base, you can create a solid on your sketch. So right now we have this sketch, so what you can do is you can just bring this arrow. As you can see, this is the arrow. If you want to expand that sketch in such direction, so you can bring it here, or if you want to go inside, you can go in that direction. Or there is another thing, what you can do is like you can just select manually here whatever the value, like how high or how deep you want to go. Suppose or there are some arrows here, so what you can do is you can just increase or decrease the height. And then there are two options. The first thing is like you can just drag these arrows here, or you can just change the direction by using these arrows here, as you can see. Or if you want, you can just draw your solid into two directions. This is one direction and this is second direction, which we are going to cover in the next videos. So right now we just want to create our first solid, so I'm just gonna select the value, random value, and then I can click the green check mark. Boom. So in this way, as you can see, we have our first solid here. And like if you want to zoom out, so what you can do is you can just scroll the middle button on your mouse, so you can just zoom in or you can zoom out. And if you want to bring your part into the center of your screen, so what you can do is you can just press F on your keyboard. So in this way, it's gonna come over the center of your screen. Okay, and the next thing is like, as I already mentioned in the start of the video, like if you want to start a sketch, you need two things. The first one is you need to have a fundamental plane, or the second thing is you should have a face. So right now we have a face like this face. So what I can do is like I can go into the sketch, and then I can go into the circles and I can draw some random circles here. Like this is my first circle, this is my second circle, this is my third circle. So in this way I can just draw my circles and then I can click green check mark. Or if you want, you can draw some other things. Let's say I want to draw a rectangle here like this, and then I'm going to click the green check mark. So the best practice is like whenever you are going to sketch anything, and at that time just to have the exact measurement, so you should give dimensions, like what is the diameter, what is the radius of the circle. You need to provide all those dimensions each and every time. But right now this is just a quick guide and we are just gonna practice our first solid, so that's why I'm not gonna provide any dimensions here. And the next thing is like we already have our sketches here, so what the next thing is, I'm gonna go back into the features again, and then I can extrude these sketches as well. And then again you can see like I can expand, I can increase their height, or I can decrease, as you can see, or you can put your manual value here. Let's say I want to have a 20 mm here, so let's say 30. So in this way you can just increase, and then I'm going to click the green check mark. So look, I have our second extrude as well here, as you can see. As I already explained in the previous videos, like if you want to rotate or if you want to change the direction, so what you can do is you can just hold the middle button onto your mouse, and then you can move the whole part up and down or right or left. Okay, so in this way we have our first solid part here. But what if you don't like these designs? So what you can do is you can just go into the feature manager, and then you can right click on here. Suppose I want to right click on this boss and extrude boss. So what I can do is I can just delete these boss or base. So in this way I'm just gonna delete all these extensions which I already applied on the face of this basic solid. But my sketch is still there. So if you want to delete sketch, you can right click on that, and then you can delete your sketch as well. Or what you can do is you already have a sketch here. So what you can do is like we can use this sketch, and then we can go back into the features, and then let's explain another feature which is extrude cut. So what you can do is you can just go into the extrude cut. I can select this sketch, I can select all of these sketch, and then I'm going to go into the features, and then I'm going to go into the extrude cut. So in this way, like I can, before that I just extrude boss or base, and in this way I'm gonna cut by using those sketches into the solid. So as you can see, so I'm gonna select, and in this way you need to select your dimensions, like how deep you want to cut, and then I'm gonna click the green check mark. So look at that. So in this way, by using those sketches, what I did is like I have extruded cut inside of that solid. Sorry for distraction, but if you think my videos are helpful for you, or if you are a serious SolidWorks learner, I am gonna highly recommend you can go into the description of this video where you can find my course link, in which I have over 10 hours of videos in which I explain each and every command in a detailed way. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and this is the second video of SolidWorks quick start chapter. So in this video what we are gonna do is we are just gonna build our first assembly. Although we are not gonna cover each and every fine details of assembly, because we will cover all those fine details into the assembly chapters of this course. But I just want to speed up the process and let you know how you can build your first assembly. So right now I am already into the SolidWorks. So what I can do is I can just go into the files and I can open, and then I can go into the second chapter, because this is my second chapter and this is my second video. So what I can do is I can just open this part. So this is my first part here. So what I can do is like, because I want to build our first assembly, so this is the part environment which I already explained in previous video. What we can do is like if you want to move into the assembly, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go into the files, and then here you can see there is an option like make assembly from the part. So we are already into the part. So what we are gonna do is we are gonna make assembly from this part. So I'm gonna click on it, and then it's gonna ask me like do you want to go with the default template, or if you have some your customized template. So you can just go into the advanced, and then you can choose your customized templates. But I want to go with the default template. So I'm assembly is already selected, so I'm gonna select OK. So in this way, this part is going to move into the assembly environment. So as you can see here, this part is already selected. So I just need to click the green check mark. So this is our assembly environment. As you can see, there is no option, the sketch or those kind of things or features and these things. This is the assembly environment. As you can see, there is an insert component option, how we can insert components, mates, linear patterns, smart fasteners, and much more, which we are going to cover in future videos. So this is my first part into my assembly. So if you want to bring more parts, or if you want to have multiple copies of this part, so what you can do is you can just hold the control key on your keyboard, and then you can just drag this part from here. So in this way, you can drag one more part, or another option is what you can do is you can hold the control key, and then what you can do is you can just hold the control from this part to next part like this. So in this way, like I can create multiple copies of these parts, and then I press the F key on my keyboard. So in this way, it's going to focus into the center of my screen. So look at that. In this way, I have three parts here into my assembly. So again, if you want to rotate this assembly, so what you can do is you can just hold the middle button of your mouse, and then you can rotate. So in this way, you can rotate the assembly. Or if you want to rotate a single component here, so what you can do is you can just right click on a part, hold it, and then you can just rotate. So in this way, you can rotate an individual component here. Or if you want to drag these components, or if you want to move this component here, so what you can do is you can just hold with the left key on your keyboard, and then you can move this component anywhere, wherever you want to move, like this. Okay, so right now I have two copies of my first component into the assembly. So what if I want to bring another component? So what I'm gonna go is I'm gonna go into the insert components. So if you cannot find your component here, so what you can go into the browse, and then we have another part. So I'm gonna bring that here. So I'm gonna click anywhere, and then in this way I can bring my another component here. And if you want to have another copy, so again what you can do is you can just hold the control key on your keyboard, and then you can have multiple copies of this. Let's have one more copy like this. Okay, so right now I have multiple components into my assembly. So what is the next thing is, like, I just want to create mate. So mate is like if you want to have a mate connection between two parts or two components. So in this way we can just stick different parts into one assembly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select this cylinder, and then I'm gonna select this cylinder, and then you can see, like, when I'm gonna select any cylinder, so you can see there is a pop-up, as you can see here. If I'm going to select this, you can see there is a pop-up. Or another option is, like, I can go into the mates here, into the ribbon section, and then I'm going to select this cylinder first, and then I'm going to select this cylinder. So in this way, this component is automatically going to move above to this cylinder, because I already created a mate between them. So I'm going to click the green check mark, and I'm going to click green check mark again. So in this way, I already created a mate. So what we can do is I can just rotate up and down, and I can rotate it, but because there is a mate between these two cylinders, so I can rotate it, I can go up and down, but this cylinder would be fixed on that cylinder. I can create another mate. So what we can do is I can go into the mate again, and then I'm going to select this face, and then I'm going to select this face. So in this way, these two faces are also locked now. So right now I have two mates. The first mate is between cylinders, so these cylinders are locked onto each other, and these faces are also locked. So right now I can't rotate it. I can move up and down, but I can't rotate it. So just to define, or just to fix a component with another one, you need to have three different mates. So right now I have two mates, so I don't have three mates, so that's why I can move up and down. And if I want to have third mate, so what I can do is I can create a mate between this surface and the bottom surface of above component here. So what I can do is, like, I can press F key on my keyboard, and then if I'm gonna select this surface, and then I'm gonna select mate, and then I need to select another surface, like this is the bottom surface. So in this way, it's gonna come and it's gonna move, and it's gonna come over to the surface, top surface of the basic part, and then it's gonna stick. So right now I can't move them, I can't go up and down, I can't rotate them. So in this way I can create mate, and I can fix my multiple components into assemblies. Or if you want to attach some another component here, so what we can do is we can create mates between them. So this was the basics of assembly, like how we can create our first assembly. So although we are going to cover all fine details, like there are very interesting options into the assembly, so which we are going to cover in the next videos of our course. Thank you for joining, and this is the third video of our SolidWorks quick start guide. So this is the third video in which we are gonna made our first SolidWorks CAD drawing. So right now I have a part here. So if you want to make your SolidWorks drawing, so you can make your drawing from a SolidWorks assembly as well, or you can make your drawing from a part as well. So right now we have a part here. So I want to make a SolidWorks drawing by using this part. So for that, what I can do is like I can go here into the file section, and then you can see there is an option like you can make drawing from the part. I can click on that, and then again it's gonna ask me like if do you have any custom templates, so you can choose your templates. And if you don't have any templates, so what you can do is you can go into novice, and then you can go with the default template. So this default template, I'm going to select this drawing here, and then I'm going to click OK. So in this way I'm going to go with the default templates. So whenever you are move into the SolidWorks drawing, so you would see such kind of pop-up there. So you need to choose the sheet size. What kind of sheet size do you want to choose? So like it's a A1, A2, A3, A4. I want to go with the A3. Or if you want, if you have some customized drawing, so you can browse and you can bring your customized sheets as well. Or if you want to change the customized sheet size, so you can go here into the customized sheet size, and then you can change your size as you want. So I am okay with this, so I'm gonna click OK. So this is my first drawing. So right now, as I started this drawing from the part, so that's why automatically I have my views of my parts on the right side of this drawing. So if you can see like, do you want to bring the front view, top view, right view, back, left, bottom, isometric, and multiple views. So what you need to do is you just need to drag these views onto your drawing. So right now I just want to bring this front view here. And then you can see like as soon as I am just leaving my front view here, and if I would bring my mouse onto the right side or on diagonal or on top, so you can see there are some other projection views it's gonna automatically offering me. So right now this was my front view, so this is my right view. And if I want to have an isometric view, so I can have isometric view here. And if I want to have a top view here, so because this is exactly projection of this, so I can insert my view here as well. Or if you want to go into opposite diagonal or left or bottom, so you can have different kind of views as well. But normally what we prefer is we just draw our front view, right view, top view, and isometric view. So right now still my command is on. So if you want to exit, so you can press escape on your keyboard. Okay, so like we bring our front view first, and these are the projection of front view. So as soon as I'm gonna move my front view, so you can see top view and right view is also moving with respect to front view, as you can see, but not the isometric view. And another thing is like if I want to change the display style of my front view, suppose I want to change, so automatically these projections also gonna change. Suppose I want to bring like this. So because those are the projections, so that's why they are going to change. So or another option is like if you want to change individually, like suppose I want to change the display for individually for my isometric view, so what I can do is I can select this view, and then I can go into the feature manager into the display style, and I can change the display style of my isometric view like this. Okay, in the drawing, the most important part is we just need to insert our views here from our part. So we already inserted, and the next important thing is we need to give dimensions to our drawings. So what I can do is first I would like to bring it down a bit here, and let's move it a bit down. And then I'm gonna go here into the ribbon section, and then into the annotations. You can see into the tabs and into the annotation, and then you can see there is an option for small dimensions. I'm gonna go into the small dimensions, and then I am gonna scroll my middle button of my mouse. So that's why I'm zooming. And then what I can do is I can just give dimensions from here to here. It's 50.8. Whatever the dimensions are based on the part, so automatically these dimensions are gonna move here. And I want to give dimensions to this side as well. I want to zoom out a bit, and then I want to give a dimension from here to here, and dimension from here to here, and I want to give my dimension from this side till here. Okay, the next dimension what I would like to give is I can go back into the smart dimensions, and then I can give dimension from here till here as well. So in this way we can give dimensions, and although there are different ways and there are different rules to give dimensions which we are going to cover in future videos. So in this way what we can do is we can quickly draw our first SolidWorks drawing. Sorry for distraction, but if you think my videos are helpful for you, or if you are a serious SolidWorks learner, I am gonna highly recommend you can go into the description of this video where you can find my course link, in which I have over 10 hours of videos in which I explain each and every command in a detailed way. Thank you. Thank you for joining, and this is the last video of this chapter, which is called Quick Start. So in this video I am gonna explain the 6 basic steps of 3D modeling. So no matter whatever kind of model you want to design, and later on in next lessons or next classes you are going to learn some advanced tools and commands, so you can design some advanced and really nice designs. But no matter wherever you go, the basic 6 steps should be same, and they should be present, and you have to use them in almost every design. So let's go to these 6 steps and let's learn them one by one. So first of all, like whenever you want to design any model or any sketch, you need to sketch a plane. You need to select a plane. So there are basic 3 fundamental planes. The first one is front plane, top plane, or right plane. So I can show you in the SolidWorks as well. So right now I am into the environment of part modeling. So as you can see, these are 3 basic fundamental planes: front plane, top plane, or right plane. So this is the first step. You need to select a plane, and in the next step you need to start a sketch. So what kind of design or model you want to made. So first what you need to do is you just need to made your sketch. And in the next step, you need to draw the geometry according to your sketch. And in the next step, you tie that geometry to the origin. So I'm gonna go and explain every step. I'm gonna perform all these steps into the SolidWorks, and then maybe you are gonna understand more easily and more clear. So in the next step what we are gonna do is we are just gonna tie that geometry to the origin. So in this way we cannot lost our model or our sketch anywhere in the space. So that's why this is a really good practice to tie our geometry to the origin. And so the 5th step is like whenever we have different lines or different sketches, so it is really nice if we can add some relations. Like we can add some relation between 2 lines, or between different sketches. What is the relation, like if they are horizontal to each other or parallel or equal. So this is gonna save a lot of time. And the next part is dimensions. So whenever you are going to design any model, so because the modeling is based on true dimensions, so you need to give dimensions. What is the radius of the circle, what is the diameter, what is the length of a face, or what is the angle of any arc, or whatever, these kind of things. So you need to give dimensions as well. And then the last option, which is create the feature. So this is the last step in these basic steps which I mentioned here. So whenever you would finish your sketch and later on you need to apply different kind of features. So few are basic features, so and few are some advanced features which we are gonna learn in future lessons. So let's go to the SolidWorks, and then I am gonna explain all these 6 steps one by one. So right now I am into the part environment. So as you can see, so the first step was like select a face or plane. So first I'm going to explain the fundamental planes. So these are the fundamental planes: the front plane, top plane, and right plane. So no matter whatever you want to select, you can just select any plane and then you can start sketching. Suppose I just select the front plane, and now I'm going to go into the sketch, and then here I can go and I can suppose I want to start a corner rectangle. So what I can do is I just start from anywhere and I can draw my corner rectangle. So in this way I can draw my corner rectangle. So So after sketching the corner rectangle, so the first step was I need to select a fundamental plane. I already selected it already. Maybe there is another option which is select a face. So we can select a face as well, but only in the case when we have a solid in our design. So right now we have only sketch. When we have a solid, then we can sketch on any face as well. So the first option was select a plane and then the sketch. And then second is like we want to tie this geometry to the origin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hold this and then I'm gonna bring it to the origin of this here coordinate system. So in this way I can tie my sketch to the origin. So in this way I'm not gonna lose my sketch anywhere. As you can see, I can go anywhere, so you are not gonna lose. So it's always connected to the origin, so you can just find your origin and you can find your sketch easily. Okay, so the next option is like we start a sketch, draw the geometry, and then tie geometry to the origin. So the next option is how to add relations and dimensions. So as I already said, like if you want, so you can add different kind of relations. But there is another thing which I want to mention. So as soon as I just drag this rectangle from there to the origin, so these two lines turned into black, as you can see. So these are defined, but these two lines still they are not defined. So you need to define them. So, but we are gonna explain in couple of minutes like how you are gonna define them. But let's clear the second point, or let's clear the next point, which was add relations. So like when you have a different kind of sketches or lines, suppose I'm gonna go here into the lines ribbon section and I can select a line and I can draw different lines, as you can see, whatever lines. And then if you want to escape, if you want to go out of the command, so what you can do is you can just press escape on your keyboard, so you are out of the command. And then later on, like if I'm going to select this part of the line, so if I want to make it a horizontal or vertical, so I have a control here, like I can control this line from here. But if I want to add relation between two lines or any part of two lines, suppose I want to select this line and then I can hold the control key on my keyboard and I can select another line. So in this way you can see here the properties tab, there are different options, like I can create a relation. As here you can see there is option to add relation, so I can add both lines. I can make them horizontal to each other, vertical to each other, collinear, perpendicular, parallel, equal, or I can fix them. Suppose I want to make them perpendicular to each other, so if I'm going to select perpendicular, so as you can see here these are perpendicular, this is a 90 angle between these two lines. So we already added the relations, which can be seen by using this tiny symbol. As you can see, if I'm gonna bring on here, so it's gonna show like these are perpendicular, line 5 and line 6. So in this way I can what I can do is I can add relations between different lines. So if you want to select and if you want to add relation between any two lines, suppose I want to select this part and hold the control key on my keyboard, and then I'm going to select again the another line, and then I can add any relation. Suppose I want to have them these are not very different, so if I want to, okay, right now as you can see, like one is smaller, one is bigger. If I want to make them equal, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select first line, hold the control key on my keyboard, and then I'm gonna select another line, and later on I'm gonna add equal relation between them. So you can see these two lines are equal, it's just jump from here to here and these two are equal. So in this way I can add different kind of relation between the lines or different sketches. So the next is dimensions, how to add dimensions between the sketches. So it is really important, like whenever you are going to design, so if you are going to design, or most probably you are going to design for the machine lab or whatever, so you need to have your exact dimensions. So what you can do is you can go here into the ribbon section and you can go into the smart dimensions, and then you can give dimension to any line. So suppose I want to give dimension to this line, I can just click on, there are 2 or 3 different ways to give dimension. So this is the simplest, the smart dimensions. So what I can do is I can just click on that, and then dimension is attached to my cursor, and wherever I'm gonna click, and I can move this number of the dimension anywhere wherever I want to write. So I can just click anywhere, and then it's gonna ask What are the dimensions? You can manually enter. Suppose I want to say it's 99, and then you can go into the units, and then you can select units, and then later on you can click the green check mark. So in this way I can give dimensions here, or if you want to give dimension to this side as well, you can just select and then you can give the dimensions. So this way we can add dimensions and relations. And the next and last step, which is create the features. So suppose I want to give dimension. I'm gonna escape it, and then I'm gonna give dimension to this side. Let's say it's 60 mm, and I'm gonna click the green check mark. So in this way this sketch is fully defined now. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna apply some features. So the next step is to create the features. So what you can do is, like, if I'm gonna go here into the features, and then the two basic features which you are gonna use a lot. The first one is extruded boss or base, and the revolve boss or base. So I'm gonna go into the extruded boss, and then as you can see I can select this, and whatever the sketch you want to extrude, you can select your sketch. And as soon as I click extrude, you can see, like, I can extend this extrude inside, upward, or downside. And you can see there is a virtual scale here, so you can choose the whatever the dimension or whatever the measurement you want. Or there is another option, like you can enter your value manually here. And there is an option, as you can see, this is the arrow in this direction if you want to extrude, or if you want to change the direction, you can just click on here. So it's gonna extrude into the opposite way. Or if you want to change direction, you can just change it like this. And if you want, you can just click on here, direction 2, so you can extrude in both directions, on the downward and upward as well. And then I'm gonna click the green check mark. So this is our first solid here, as you can see. So the first step which I did not clear, like as I already said, we can choose the plane or face. So right now we have our solid. So if we want to sketch on any face, so we already have faces, so we can select a face. Suppose I want to select this, and then I can go into the sketch from here on this pop-up, or I can go into the ribbon section here, and then I can sketch. Or if you want to sketch on another face, so you can click anywhere, any face, wherever you want, and then you can sketch on that face as well. So these are the basic 6 steps of 3D modeling. So no matter whatever, wherever, or whatever kind of advanced designs you are gonna design, so these are the basic 6 steps which you are gonna use multiple times. And that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And if you are a serious SolidWorks learner, then don't forget to check the course link in the description. Thank you.